All right, we're back. Continuing with the Torah reading of the law. Exodus 29 and 29. And the holy vestments of Aaron shall be to his sons after him to be anointed in them, and in them to offer their oblations. Exodus 29 and 30. 7 days shall the priest wear them, who ariseth after him from his sons, but not from the Levites, at the time when he entereth into the tabernacle of ordinance. Right? So the time he goes into this tabernacle, right? To minister in the sanctuary. So you have in this tabernacle you have this linen fence round about it. So when he goes into that first area, that's the sanctuary. The first place you go in there in the courtyard. It's the sanctuary. And thou shalt take the ram of the oblation and boil its flesh in the holy place. So now you're going to take the ram of the oblation because we're continuing on with the sanctification part. And now we're going to make the stew. You see? So this boiled ram is the venison, right? So you have a burnt offering, which is barbecued. It's grilled openly over fire with the seasonings, the spices that's supposed to be put upon the meat. And then you have the stew with the spices. It's boiling. Now, we Bedouin, we know this tradition. We know how to do this. It's what we do. Okay? So we do this traditionally, and it's been passed down from Abraham all the way down. The same cooking tradition is in the food. So when you guys come back, Sons of the Negev, you guys are going to actually get a chance to actually eat these dishes. So you'll have the flavor. It's delicious. Oh man, it's good. All right? And boil its flesh in the holy place. So this is inside the courtyard now. You get to cook in there, and you're going to be cooking. It's food because you're going to eat this. And Aaron and his sons shall eat the flesh of the ram. I just said that y'all gonna be eating it. And the bread that is in the basket at the door of the tabernacle of ordinance. So we inside, and we're at the door now. Inside at the door. And they shall eat those things which atone men. See? They eat it. The Most High ain't eating it, and it ain't just getting burnt off. It ain't just burnt to a crisp or a fritter unless he says take it outside the camp and just burn it. Leave it there and burn it. That's out. But anything that's inside is just being grilled and cooked. By which to atone men was made for them an offering, their oblations, to sanctify them to minister before me. But the profane shall not eat, for they are holy. So if you are unclean or profane, you can't even taste this. You can't eat this. You can't taste this. You see? And if any of the flesh of the oblation and the bread remain until the morning, thou shalt burn that which remaineth with fire. It is not to be eaten, for it is sacred. So he makes it very clear. You eat it that night. Mmm, delicious. In the morning, if that sun come up, that food is no longer good. It must be burnt. See? So you're gonna burn it with fire. You don't burn it in the holy fire either. I had to say that for some reason. It just came to my mind that some fool was gonna think about this craziness. And thou shalt do to Aaron and to his sons according to all that I have prescribed to thee. 7 days shall offer their oblation. So this sanctification process is a whole week long. A whole week. Now when you go to Leviticus, you see how the week's progression goes because it's given with more exacting detail. But the foundation of the entirety of the law is found right here. And I'm going to continue from Exodus 19 all the way to Exodus chapter 40 to the end, and you will see that. All right? Da da da. Where am I? Where am I? I'm trying to see where I'm in. And the sons according to us, try these 7 days over their oblations. All right, and a bullock for a sin offering, thou shalt offer daily for atonement, and shalt anoint the altar in offering the atonement upon it. Thou shalt anoint it to consecrate it. 7 days make thou atonement upon the altar to consecrate it, and it shall be the altar of the Holy of Holies. Every one of the sons of Aaron who approacheth to the altar must be holy. To the rest of the people it is not lawful to approach, lest they be burned with fiery flame which cometh from the holy place. And this is the oblation which thou shalt perform upon the altar: 2 lambs of 1 year daily, evermore. Finish. One in the morning, one in the evening. Okay? Sunrise, about 5:30. Sunset, about 7:30-ish. Or 5:30-ish. Between that time. That's how it works. Alright? 5:30, 7:30-ish, 5:30, 7:30-ish. It's finished. Okay? And he goes on to say this: the 1 lamb thou shalt perform in the mornings, and the 2nd lamb thou shalt perform between the evenings. Told you. It's very simple, very clear. All right, I'm going to stop here, and then we're going to pick up with Exodus 29:40.